Feeling unmotivated, losing faith or trust in yourself or the divine intelligence, questioning about what this life's really about, then this video's for you. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Fola, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking with you about spiritual burnout. What exactly is spiritual burnout? I had experienced this just a few weeks ago. I was really feeling quite, how could I say, unmotivated and disillusioned. And I learned that this is pretty common. We hear about people like Christ, for instance, going through the desert 40 days, being tempted by the devil, feeling really, I assume, bummed out at times. Why would we think that if these religious leaders, spiritual leaders, gurus, if they go through something like spiritual burnout where they feel run down, they're losing their faith, they don't feel like going forward with their faith or their beliefs, why would we as humans living everyday life here not go through something similar? And so I read a little bit about spiritual burnout and what are some of the signs, and I hope to share that with you today because I just really wanted to make it known that right now this collective experience in 2020 has been a real test of faith. And I think of the saying by Les Brown, a motivational speaker. He says, "Faith not tested can't be trusted." And I find that even though that's kind of hard to believe or for us to want to go through difficult times, and this isn't to say that things have to be painful or that they have to lead to suffering, but it's like, what's the point of us talking all these beautiful, affirmations and all these positive statements if we're not actually being tested on our faith? And so I feel like 2020, this is what's happening for a lot of humanity. And what happened to me a few weeks ago is I just wanted to give up. I was so sick and tired of learning and reading and trying to show up in this way with my faith or my beliefs. But I learned that, hey, this is going to happen. These cycles of ups and downs, places where we feel like we have a lot of faith and trust in ourselves and God or whoever it is that we see in that place of supporting us. And it's going to have times where we feel really close and then times where we feel not so close, where we feel like we've been abandoned or just we can't go anymore. And it can get to the point for some people, they might have really negative thoughts. They want to end their life. They just don't want to be here anymore. You want to give up. And I'm just here to remind you that you are beautiful and there's a reason why you're here. And even though you have those times which might prove to be really challenging and you're questioning your faith, questioning the reasons, your purpose, why you're here, you can make your way through it and it will pass. So who exactly goes through spiritual burnout? It can be anyone, let's be honest. I think anyone, especially if they're in a caregiver role. We have empaths, intuitives, healers, mothers, nurses, anyone in a healthcare profession. People in general, I think right now it's easy to pick up on the collective energies that are going on where people they want to give up. They're sick and tired of what's been going on. And so I think that adds to some of the energies that can go within where you feel like you just want to stop. And it's going to impact you on your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual level. Even though we were talking about spiritual burnout, we talk about caregiver burnout or burnout and stress in the workplace. These all are kind of interconnected. I think that when the spiritual level, it really is about testing our faith, testing, do we have enough trust in the reasons why we're here and trust that our path is actually being supported and guided from the divine? And that to me means you could experience feelings like not having enough energy in your physical body, maybe having those mental thoughts that are really negative. Emotionally, maybe you're having cycling of emotions where you feel really sad, really happy, then maybe really angry, or just one of those all the time. It can be a wide range, and it's really up to you to determine what's going on for you. So I would encourage you to just take some time in contemplation, meditation. Just ask yourself, what is going on within me? If you are maybe questioning if you are going through a spiritual burnout. And just another note is there's nothing wrong with you if you are. Again, it's not like other religious leaders or gurus are untouchable when it comes to this stuff. Just know that this is part of that human experience of us being here, and you can surpass it. just know that you have to be gentle with yourself. You know, in those periods where you don't feel the motivation, you feel maybe like you just want to rest and do nothing on the couch for like a day or two at a time. It's not that you need to fix yourself to get to this better place. It's just about you acknowledging where you are and just having that faith and trust. And, you know, I do feel like there's a lesson that's coming through when we're in those dark places. It might mean that we need to dial things back. To those of you who know me, you might know that I love doing classes, courses, and like learning and all these different energy things. But what I've learned over the last few months now, it's like, and that what hit ahead, I guess, for me those 3 weeks ago was I need to just maybe take a break from some of the spiritual learnings that I would like to do. In January, there's some other programs coming up that I'm kind of in this place now where I'm like, you know what? I'm okay if I don't do those things. I might be interested if I do, but I just really need to like integrate what's going on, what's happened this 2020 in the world and also in my personal life with my development and things that I've been learning. And so there's nothing wrong with just taking a break and integrating. I feel like that should be a rhyme. Take a break, integrate. There you go. So those are some things you can do, is just pause, take a moment, try and do something to take care of yourself. You know, whatever will help you to just be more present in your body, something that will maybe help slow down the mind. Something that I've been finding myself doing over the last few weeks, I think I might have mentioned in another video, is watching a lot of Saturday Night Live. If you would love to share with me below your favorite Saturday Night Live videos, please do, because I would love to see those. But that's just like, I don't see it as like a distraction necessarily, but just it helps me to get into this like different place energetically. And for me, I'm really not that much of an SNL fan, honestly, but it's just this thing that I've somehow come across over the last little bit. So I'm going to use that for what it is. I mentioned also about trusting the cycle of life, but I also want to mention the importance of you connecting with someone that you trust. That could be, you know, not just spirit guides or the divine intelligence, but someone in the physical realm, like a counselor, a coach, someone that you trust. It could be a family member or a friend, anyone that you feel you can share what's going on for you. A lot of spiritual leaders could be a really great support for you if it is something to do with your like testing of your faith, because I think that's kind of why they're there. They might have a better idea of from a very empathic perspective, and I think that's important. Because a lot of other times, you know, people might be like, oh, it's fine, just like slough it off and get back to it. You can't lose the faith. These are tests of faith and da-da-da. And it just makes you feel like, oh, what else is going on underneath me, right? And that's another point, is like talking with someone who's like a professional, you know, a therapist, a coach, can help you to kind of dig deeper into maybe what are some of the reasons those feelings are coming up. Something that I've learned these last few weeks is that I wasn't really following, I guess, my path the way I truly wanted to follow, believe it or not. I'm always like, okay, what is it? What is it? Where am I going? And is it this thing, this thing? And what I've learned over the last little bit, it's like, oh, I was kind of hiding some pieces of myself. And that's probably why I felt that disconnect. And so it just took me time and contemplation. Like, again, I was meditating more, which I found very helpful. That might not be for you. So I would just encourage you to find the thing that works for you. And I want to just end too with maybe pulling a rune for you to see kind of what guidance or support could come up for you. So we'll just check the runes. I'm not going to say what I said last time. We'll just see what comes out. It's the blank one. Again. I didn't say it. See? Our thoughts are powerful. And the cat's staring at me wondering what is going on. Perthro. I think I'm holding it correctly. Perthro. This one represents many different things. It's representative of the cup, gambling cup, the womb space for women. I guess the question is right now is, what are you filling yourself up with? What's important, what's not important? Sometimes we can like have this gamble of life. We take things by chance, I guess I could say. We hope for the best when really it's like maybe we just need to empty some of what's in there to support ourselves and not overwhelm ourselves. And it's interesting. It's almost like the less is more mentality. I think of one of my teachers right now. She talks about slow is the new hustle. And I love that because it's like we're being told right now to just do the opposite of everything that we've ever done, pretty much. And I think the more gentle that you can be with yourself, you're going to see more abundance, more opportunities, right? Because really when I think of this gambling cup, I think of chance, possibility, opportunity, and what that could look like. And also the fact that it can be kind of fun, right? Playing around with that energy. So that's kind of the message I'm getting with this today. Let me know how this resonates with you. If you've gone through spiritual burnout, let us know in the comments and what are some things that have helped support you in your journey. And if you feel that this video would support someone that you know, feel free to share it with them. Hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. I love your support, and hit the little notification bell so that you know about any future videos that are being released. So until then, I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely end of October, and I will see you next time. Bye.